Good morning, everyone. My girlfriend in the box says it's 7 o'clock. It's time for the morning brew. Welcome, everyone. This is Scott, W2BLT. I'll be your host for the first the first hour with KE8VKY on the log, and Mike, K2CMT will be up next hour to take you home. Question of the day, everyone. It's an easy one. It's, have you ever served on a jury? Now, for the sake of time and getting everybody in, please don't tell me every trial you've been to or been on or what it was about or anything. We just want to know if you ever served on a jury, just a general question. This is net number 864 for the 17th of December. We have a few text check-ins which I'll acknowledge, and then I'll take mobiles. We got KC2NJ, VA3GLJ, Greg, KJ4 ZFM, Robert, KFM Randall, KY4MB, Scott, 89YUZ, Jimmy, N1YBX, Frank. We have KE2EIO, Michael, K5RLR, Randall, and KE8YDR, Chip. Who do we have mobile out there this morning? You're in a hurry to get to work or you're almost at work. Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Juliet 5, India Charlie Golf. Kilo Juliet 5, India Charlie Golf, mobile.
November 0, Oscar Golf Sierra. November 0, Oscar Golf Sierra.
Kilo Charlie 5, Charlie Zulu X-ray, KC5CZX, in and out, please.
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there. Recognizing KC5CZX, Daryl in Lubbock was in and out. Thanks for joining us, Daryl, and have a great day. We had N0OGS, Thomas, and at the top of this list, KJ5ICG, Gordon in Richmond, Texas. Good morning, Gordon, and have you ever served on a jury?
Good morning, thank you for running the net. Actually, I have. It was during COVID, however, and it was a civil case, and we did it remotely, so I was able to sit in the comfort of my home on camera, and I was juror number 13, so I was dismissed at the end of the case before deliberations. But yeah, I have KJ5 ICG clear.
Hey, thanks, Gordon. You have yourself a great day. Appreciate you joining us. N0OGS, Thomas in Reynoldsburg, Ohio. Good morning. Morning from the first place of the tomato, and yes, I have served on a jury. I had the honor of serving on a jury in Jackson County, Missouri when I lived in Kansas. N0OGS, back to net control. Thank you, Thomas. Have a good day. Let's go up to the top of the text check-ins. KC2NJV, Wayne in Belmore, New York. Good morning, Wayne.
Morning, Scott and the rest of the Brew crew, KC2NJV. The answer is yes, I have served on a jury. Call it the honor of, I'm not sure, but I have done so. Have a great day.
Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Let's go north of the border up to Cartier, Ontario, Canada, to VA3GLJ. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning to the Brew crew. Currently 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. Answer to your question is no. I've been to the selection process a couple times, but for some odd reason they didn't like me, so I never got selected. Anyhow, everybody have a great day. 73 VA3GLJ.
As well, Greg. Thanks for joining us this morning. KJ4 ZFM, Robert in Deltona, Florida. Good morning, Robert. KJ4 ZFM, are you still with me?
Yes, good morning to the Brew crew, and thank you very much for selecting me and letting me in this morning. No, I have not been selected. I'd like to try it, but no, have not been selected for jury duty. KJ4 ZFM.
Alrighty, Robert, thanks for joining us, and happy motoring there this morning. K8 UFM, Randall in Brownstown Township, Michigan. Good morning, Randall.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki, and everyone on frequency this morning. Yes, I have. And with that said, this is Kilo 8, Uniform Fox Mike, back connect control, and everyone have an outstanding day.
Thanks for joining us, Randall, and you have a good day as well. Let's go down south to Tennessee, KY4MB. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Scott. Randall and everybody on the Brew crew this morning. KY4NB here from Elvis Barbecue Land. The answer to the question, Scott, is no. Everybody have a good rest of your day today, and we'll check net tonight. Thanks to everybody behind the scenes. KY4NB, back to net.
All right, thank you, Scott. Appreciate you joining us. And that's right, TechNet is tonight, 8 o'clock, right here on Reflector. Everybody bring your questions, or maybe you can answer a question. KD9, YUZ, Jimmy in Wakarusa, Indiana. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicki and everybody on the Morning Brew. Yes, I served on a jury one time, got called up 3 additional times, and was able to get out of all 3 of those. Everybody should do it once. Nobody should have to do it twice or more. Everybody have a great day. KD9YUZ, back to that.
Great day. Next up, N1 YBX, Frank in Benton, New Hampshire. Good morning.
Well, good morning. Good morning, Scott, Vicki, all the brewers, any listeners out there. Yes, I served on the grand jury for about a half a year. Quite an experience. Glad I did it. Everybody enjoy the day, and we'll send it back to you, Scott. N1 to YBX, back to net, 73.
All right, thanks, Frank. I never got to serve on a grand jury, but I did serve on a jury. Next up, KE2EIO, Michael in Elman, New York. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, everyone. The answer is no. Been on elections, but never made it to the actual jury. This is KE2EIO 73, back to net control. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Michael. Appreciate it. This is W2BLT. Next up, K5RLR, Randall, Spring, Texas. Good morning.
Well, good morning there, Scott, and Brother Scott out there, and everybody else on the brew. K5RLR. I would have to say yes, I have. I made it all the way to the end, right up until they were picking the individuals just before they decided to
criminal's fate. Otherwise, I pretty much made it through the entire trial. Hope everybody has a good day. 7-3s to all. And we'll see everybody here this evening on the segment. Thanks for running the net, Scott. We do appreciate it. K5RLR, back to net control.
Good morning.
All right, have a good day, Randall. Appreciate you joining us, and maybe we'll talk to you later tonight. Let's go to KE8YDR, Chip in Marysville, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, and rest of the Brew crew. It's a wet day here in Michigan. I've on one jury as foreman, and I've been excused from 3 other juries that I was selected for. But I've served as an expert witness on dozens of regulatory hearings here in the state of Michigan. So, a lot of experience in the courtroom. Back to you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Good morning.
Station out of Leesburg, you're in the middle of the net here. If you could just stand by till we call for check-ins, I'd appreciate it. Let's go to KE0GKF, one of your hosts here on the Morning Brew, Nebraska. Good morning, Jeff, and have you ever served on a jury?
Good morning, Scott, and everybody on the Brew team. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Yes, Scott, I have. It was a civil case and did it years ago, and hopefully never have to do that again. Have a great morning, KE0GKF.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you joining us, and have a good day. I see some snow up there this morning in Nebraska, and hopefully you don't get much. And last on this list, W3CVE, Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Morning, Chuck.
Morning, Scott, and everybody on the Brew. The answer is yes, Scott, 4 times. And with that, I'll send it back to you. Thanks for doing the net. Everybody have a great day. W3CVE.
All right, thanks for joining us, Chuck, and you have yourself a great day. All right, folks, let's take check-ins from anybody, anywhere. Please come with your call sign twice and slowly. 2, Victor Lima Kilo. November 2, Victor Lima Kilo.
Whiskey Delta 8, Papa India Charlie. Whiskey Delta 8, Papa India Charlie.
November Golf 2BH, Papa 2BH, November Golf 1, Papa.
Will, at Oklahoma City, good morning. OSU, Ohio State University. Ho, 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 wake up, Santa Claus. 4,
Juliet, November.
Golf Lima Oscar. 5, Golf Lima Oscar. N5 ELO Bill, Oak, Texas.
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there for just a moment. Let me recognize who we got and who we didn't get. We got N2 of VLK, Jeff in Lancaster. WD8PIC, Bob. NG1P, Bill. N2BH, Bill. We had one in there that name was Will. Will, can you give me your complete call sign again, twice and slowly?
Kilo, Juliet, 5, Golf, Whiskey, November. Kilo, Juliet, 5 Golf Whiskey November.
We got you, Will. Thanks. That was KJ5GWN. Then we had KB3SNM, Bob, via the text line. We had N4OSU, Jerry. Then I had one, all I got was 4JN. 4JN, could you give me your call sign again? You got walked all over.
Ouch, that hurts. That was Kilo 4 Juliet November. KZ4JN.
We got you that time, Anders, and we had N5GLO, Bill. We had KA8BYU, Roy, N5CHB, Chuck, and KD2YUY. Better run this list. Let's go to the top of the list. Question of the day, everyone, is have you ever served on a jury? And a simple yes or no is good. If we get into the particulars, we're going to be here all day. Let's go to N2, VLK, Jeff in Lancaster, New York. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew. The answer to the question is no, I have not. And I have a quick question. I had to change a coax. I'm just wondering if I'm making it okay. With that, I'll say 73s. Back to you, and to VLK.
Well, it sounds fine to me there. I can hear you perfectly clear. So you must have done a good job. Good solder job. Thanks for joining us this morning, Jeff, and have a good day. Let's go to WD8 PIC, Bob in Sylvania, Ohio. Good morning, Bob.
Okay, and the answer is no, and you know the circumstances. I'd love to. Got nothing planned for today. Just going to enjoy the day and see what the Lord has in store. Day 36 and clear here. Back to net. WD8 PIC near Toledo.
Well, thank you, Bob. Appreciate you joining us. You have a great day. NG1P, Bill in Tupsham, Maine. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody on the net. The answer is yes. Once in the military, once in a regular jury, and once in a grand jury. So I think I got all of them. Have a good day. Back to net. NG1P Mobile.
Thanks, Bill. Have a great day. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, one of our baristas here on the Morning Brew and one of our system facilitators, N2BH, Bill, Elmira, New York. Morning, Bill.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody. No, I never served. I got called once, and I was on a trip out west, and have never been called back. And the rest of the day, probably run around, get some errands done and stuff. Sounds like the weather's going to turn tomorrow, so get her done today. N2BH.
Hope it doesn't turn too bad. Have a good day, Bill. I'm sure we'll talk to you soon. KJ5GWN, Will in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Good morning.
Good morning. No, I've never served on a jury. I guess part of that is due to my visual impairment, but no, I've never served on a jury. It's 36 degrees here, going up to a high of 63, and I've got a Christmas dinner with my local ham club that I'm going to today, so that's all I've got planned. So back over to you. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
Thanks for joining us this morning, Will, and enjoy that dinner tonight. This is W2BLT. Let's go to one of our system facilitators, the junkyard dog himself, KB3SNM, Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Bob. You ever served on a jury?
question. No, I've got some really good stories. KV3, S&M, back to you.
Thanks, Bob, and that's just fodder for the next breakfast we go to. Have a great day. N4 OSU, Jerry in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning to one, good morning to all. No, I never served on a jury, been called a half a dozen times. Hope I'm to wake up Santa Claus. Have a good day, everyone. N4 OSU, we're clear.
Thank you, Jerry, and that reminds me, people, we can talk to Santa Claus on the 21st and the 23rd, right here on the East Coast Reflector, and Santa will be reading letters on the 22nd and the 24th, I believe. So get your letters into, I believe it's echoho@gmail.com, and you never know, your letter might just be read. Next up, KZ4JN, Anders in Gainesville, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, and the rest of the crew. I appreciate you running the net. Here in North Florida, it is 66 with really heavy fog, but that should burn off as soon as the sun comes up. I have never served on a jury. I haven't had the chance. Don't know if I really want to, but, you know, if we're called, we go. I hope everyone has a great day, stay safe, and be blessed. Back to net control, KZ4JN.
Thank you, Anders. You have a great day, and I appreciate you joining us. And 5, GLO, Bill out in Oakhurst, Texas. Good morning, Bill.
I am 5 GLO to Dad, good morning. And in answer to your question, yes, I served on a jury, multiple of them, and like you say, try to say more than that would talk too long. Everyone have a wonderful day out there. In 5 GLO.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you joining us. Have a great day. Let's go to Blaisdell, New York, to KA8BYU, Roy. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew, KA8BYU. Short answer, yes, I have. That was a long week. As far as tonight, yeah, I'm going to check into the TechNet and hope to see everybody there. Back to you.
Back to net control.
Thank you, Stuart. And I'm in a similar situation myself. I've never been called to jury duty, and I'm 75 years old, so you got a little time left there. My excuse is I kept moving around in jurisdictions and stayed ahead of the game. Next up is Bruce from Spring, Texas, KJ5GUS. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning. No, I've never served on a jury, although I've been in the voir dire part. And like the last guy, I kind of wanted to be on the jury, but it never happened. So back to you. This is KJ5GUS.
Well, thank you for joining us, Bruce. Maybe your time's not up yet. Let's go to Chip in Cincinnati, New York, KD2NL.
Morning, Mike. Good morning to the crew. I never served on a jury, but I've been called plenty of times.
So I'll say 73 and back to net, KD2NL.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Chip. Got a couple of newbies on the list next. Let's go with Craig in Spring, Texas. W5CEV. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning. I'm not sure how long I get to stay a newbie on this, but anyway, I have been called several times, but never been selected for jury duty. 73, back to net, W5CEV.
Well, Craig, until you get to be a newbie until the database is updated, and I don't know how long you've been checking in, but you're going to be a newbie until that action takes place. Next up is Jufel, DU7EFX. Good morning, sir.
Yes, my friend, it's good morning over there in your place, and it's evening here in the Philippines right now. DU7 Echo Foxtrot X-Ray. Joe Phil is my name. Joining in your morning juror, with your friend. Thank you for calling out my station, my friend. Back to you. Thank you so much, 73.
Thank you, Jafel, and welcome to the system. And for anyone out there that is new and just listening and maybe hasn't checked in yet, this is the Morning Brew on the East Coast Reflector, and we're here from 7 to 9 Monday through Friday except for holidays. That means that next Wednesday, we won't be here. Check your calendar, you'll figure out why. Okay, next up is my good buddy and neighbor Roger in Umatilla, Florida, the 20-meter man himself, CQ, KO4QMM. Good morning, Roger.
Yeah, my friend.
Good morning, neighbor Mike. And I was wondering how your golf game went yesterday, if you did Dick Van Dyke by getting a 99 or whatever. Just wondered about that. And no, I have never had to do the jury thing. I got called down to the courthouse in Orlando, very cold building, very uncomfortable bench seats, and thank goodness I didn't have to stay there long. And rest of the day, I'm going to be chasing some 12 Days of Christmas on HF. Back to you, Mike. KO4QMM, Roger clear.
Well, Roger, for those inquisitive minds out there, I did Dick Van Dyke one better. I shot a 98 yesterday. Thank you for bringing that up. I always like to brag about anytime I break 100 anymore. Next up is Joe from Erie, Michigan, KD8AAK. Good morning, Joe.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a pleasure. Actually, portable, currently in Toledo, Ohio here. Just wanted to jump in there and say hello, and 44 years old, never been called or received a letter, nothing. Kind of wondering how that can be, but sounds like some other people never been called, a little bit older than us, so I guess it's still a young time yet. But, other than that, everyone have a pleasant day. KD8AAK, thanks for taking my call.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning, Joe. You have a good day, and hope you don't have that much snow this year. KK5VN, Patrick, new to the system from Spring, Texas. Good morning, Patrick.
And yes, I have. Federal drug case at one time about 30 years ago. And I hope that made a difference. Back to now.
Thank you, Patrick, and FYI, you're barely making that repeater, so check out where you're located and put that down in your memory bank. Wait till you get to higher ground. Thank you for being with us this morning. Carlos, Hollywood, Florida, N1 CPM.
Control, it's New 7 Echo Foxtrot X-ray. Can I have your call sign, please? Joe here, in Philippines.
Good morning, Mike. Carlos here. Hello to everybody else. Good morning here in South Florida. Usual, partly cloudy skies, and 77 according to the car right now. I've never been cold. I'm lucky, 53, and never been even summoned. I guess I will keep my fingers crossed to keep it that way. And once again, Mike.
Thank you, folks. In the Philippine station, you're listening to K2CMT, as in Country Music Television, here in DeBerry, Florida. Moving right along to Joseph in Maumee, Ohio, KE8ZJO.
Everybody put me down for no jury duty. I was actually a federal prosecutor, and I used to feel terrible because the people we picked for these jury duties would sit there for weeks and sometimes even a few months in a trial. But no, I never sat. They always kicked me off when they found out what I did for a living, so that was that. Hope everybody has a great day. The sun is rising in northwest Ohio, and my golly, it looks like it's not going to be freezing today. KE8ZJO. Everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Joseph, and thank you for all those years of service. Chris in Beaumont, Texas, WB5ITT.
Good morning, sir, and everybody on the Morning Brew from WB5ITT Mobile in foggy southeast Texas. It's pea soup down here this morning. And I have been on juries twice. The last one was a medical malpractice case here in Beaumont many years ago. Back in 2000, what was it, 2000 I think? I served on a jury up in Dallas that involved insurance fraud, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen Billy Bass, the singing fish, on that plaque on the wall. Well, it was sold by a company in Dallas called Jiminy Industries, and they were accused of defrauding their insurance company, Utica Lloyd's, of over $2 million. The court case lasted about 4 weeks, and just before Thanksgiving, that Wednesday night, it finally came to the jury, and we took about 2.5 hours to deliberate and awarded $880,000 back to Utica Lloyd's. Oh, that was a real fun case. I could go on some of the funny stuff that happened, but we had the judge kind of wondering about some things. Oh, goodness. Anyhow, headed down to the Golden Pass LNG plant today. Radio's the program, and like I said, it's thick pea soup down here, and I got to make a stop at the Golden Arches and get some coffee. WB5ITT Mobile.
Well, Chris, I think you did pretty good considering it was a yes and no question. Larry in Calamasa, California, KE6MAE.
Good morning, everybody on the Blue Crew. Larry, KE6MAE. Oh, coming through a lot of dropouts today, in and out. Their voices dropping out and they come back in, I've noticed. Maybe it's just the system today. No, unfortunately, I've never served on a jury. I've been called 4 or 5 times. I've been interviewed by the defense 4 times and always get dismissed. I don't know, maybe it's the voice and the size, and I was in management. They don't want people that can make decisions, it doesn't sound like. That's it. Thanks for the nap this morning. It's a shame all these people that never served on juries. KE6MAE.
Well, Larry, I always thought it was a funny way I would hold my mouth. I guess that's why people sometimes want to kick me off their juries. But I never got the opportunity either and never called. Thank you for being with us this morning. Time to get on some new blood on the system. New stations wishing to join the Morning Brew. Come now, please, twice and slowly.
RON, W4, RON, in and out this morning.
Kilo India 5, Bravo Oscar Golf. Kilo India 5, Bravo Oscar Golf. Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Alpha 2, Echo Echo Uniform. Kilo Alpha 2, Echo Echo Uniform, in and out. Whiskey Bravo 8, Victoria Ocean Whiskey, WB8VOW.
November Whiskey 3 United NW3U. Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Sierra Uniform. Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Sierra Uniform.
Kilo 5, Yankee November Uniform, K5YNU.
Okay, hold up there a moment. Let me acknowledge you. K5YNU, KE2CSU, NW3U, WB8VOW, N8HLN, KA2EEU, KC3FGD, KI5BOG, WB4RON. And let's start at the top of the list. Ron in Niagara Falls was in and out. Thank you for waving a hand, Ron. First up on this list is KI5BOG, Mark in Spring, Texas. Question of the day, Mark, is how have you ever served on a jury? And folks, limited time, so let's not try to tell your life story of jury duty, just whether or not you've ever served. Go ahead, Ron.
Yes, this is Mark, KI5BOG in Spring, Texas. Yep, I've served twice. All right, back to you.
Thank you, Ron. Exactly the way it should be done. Ray in Elizabethtown, PA, KC3FGD.
Good morning, Mike, and everyone on the net. Negative, never served. Was summoned a couple times, never served. As far as the rest of the day, I got to get up to the wood shop here. We have open house, and I've got to finish a Lazy Susan I'm making, and then we have our Christmas bowling party today at noon hour. Going to get involved in that. Just made a gallon of my famous rice pudding for that. And then this afternoon, well, that runs until 3, and this afternoon jump on the radio again. And probably check it net this evening. Everyone have a wonderful day. Back to you, Mike at Net Control.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Mike in Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan, by way of a text line, N8HLN. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Mike and the crew. The answer to the question is no. I've been summoned a couple times and went down and watched movies all day, but never been called. And the rest of the day, just taking it easy. Take her as she comes. 73, back to net, N8HLN.
Thank you for joining us, Mike. WB8VOW, Rusty in Lambertville, Michigan. Good morning, Rusty.
Everybody on the Brew crew, hey, it's great to be on the air today. Never summoned, never served, and 69 years old. I mean, they just don't know I exist. I'm not sure I mind all that much. The rest of you guys do a good job. Back to Net Control. Thanks for being there, doing a great job. WB8VOW.
Well, Rusty, thank you for joining us, and as long as you keep ducking, I guess they can't find you. Thank you for being here, though. David in Garner, North Carolina, you're up next. NW3U.
Good morning, Mike, and everybody on the Morning Brew this morning. NW3U here. I was called once. Never appeared. The clerk, of course, decided my job was too critical, so they dismissed me before I ever actually went into court. Going to be warm here today. They say we might actually make 70 degrees, so we'll have to see. It's fairly warm out now, 50 degrees, which is a good start for us here, and clear. So it might be a nice day to get outside and do something. We'll just have to see. Thanks for having me in here this morning, guys. Good to hear everybody, and we'll check in with you in the morning. 7-3 NW3U.
Thank you for joining us, David. This part of Central Florida is looking at 64 and mostly sunny out there. I haven't seen it yet myself, but I'm sure that they're not lying to me. KE2CSU, Paul in Lancaster, New York. Good morning, Paul.
KE2CSU. Good morning to everybody on the Brew crew. Good morning, Mike. Beck in Lancaster, New York. Not in Ponce Inlet for another month and a half. Being on a jury, I've been summoned twice, but never had to serve. Back to you, 7-3.
Thank you, Paul, and we look forward to seeing you get down this way and donate to our tax base. K5YNU, Florin, Conroe, Texas. Good morning, Florin.
Good morning, Mike. Vicky and everyone on the Brew crew. Yes, I served twice. I hope everyone has a blessed day. 73 K5YNU.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Florin. Next up is Joe from West Seneca, New York, AJ0EF, by way of the text line.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. Summoned once and excused. Took them a long time to find me. Rest of the day, I'm on my way into the office, and then when I get home tonight, hopefully be able to finish getting my items set up in the air. With that, I'll turn it back to Net Control. This is AJ0EF in 73.
Joe, you dodged the bullet. Next up is Chuck from Lancaster, New York, W2EM. Good morning, Chuck.
Well, good morning, Mike, and the rest of the Brew crew. Down here in Florida right now, it's 68 degrees in Lake Placid. Beautiful. Sitting out having a morning brew. Anyway, I've been called twice for jury duty, and they never picked me. I guess I just wasn't a pickable guy. So, anyway, I tried to do my duty. Back to net, W2EM.
Well, Chuck, you can't say you didn't try. You showed up. It didn't have to come hunting for you. That's a pretty good sign right there. This is Mike, K2MT in DeBerry, Florida. And let me get on a couple of announcements here before the day gets gone too far. And that is Santa's coming to the ECR. So you need to get your kids, your grandchildren, and your neighbor's grandchildren or children around on the 21st and the 23rd at 7:30 here on the ECR. You can send messages if you wish to, and letters to your friends and family for him, and read them. They'll be read on the 22nd and the 24th here on the ECR. That email address to send those to is ecrhohoho@gmail.com. New stations wishing to join us, come now please, twice and slowly.
Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Romeo Kilo 4 Mobile, in and out, good morning.
N4 Kilo Hotel Zulu, N4 kilohertz. I'll be in and out. Kilo Foxtrot 4 Sierra India Romeo. Kilo Foxtrot 4 Sierra India Romeo. Hail.
Victor Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Yankee, VA3 ERY in and out, 7-3.
Alpha Kilo 6 Charlie Foxtrot AK6 CS.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Charlie Quebec Romeo, CFA-CQR.
Kilo Quebec 4 Sierra Papa Romeo.
Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo Alpha Hotel, KO4RAH, in and out. Good morning.
Okay, let's take a pause there and let me identify these stations and acknowledge them. N1 WEB, KO4RAH was in and out. KQ4SPR, KF8CQR, AK6CF, VA3ERY, KC2WLZ, KF4SFR, N4KHZ, KQ4WRK, and at the top of the list, W5TMB. We got a lot of mobile stations in here, so let me pick up these mobiles first. KF4SFR. Susan, good morning. Question of the day is, have you ever served on a jury?
You've been looking for KF4SIR.
Well, Dale, we just might have been. Dale in Winter Park, Florida, KF4SIR. Same question to you, Dale, and that is, have you ever served on a jury?
Good morning, Mike. It's been a while since I've been on, checked in and whatnot. Yes, I have. I've been called up twice. First time was for a petty little thing involving a taxi, and then got dismissed on that one. The second one was attempted murder on a police officer, and I had to serve on that one, and that was very interesting. Kind of surprising, actually. It was definitely not a black and white. It's like definitely a learning experience. Yeah, I think about it every once in a while. You know, we put the guy away, but I wish I had better evidence. It was a pretty tough call, but anyway, you turn back to the net, KF4SIR.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and I think it has been a while. Next up is Jeff from Westfield, New York, KC2WLZ.
Good morning to the morning brew. Thanks for having me on that. I've never been to a jury. I've been called once, and they canceled it. So never had a chance to be on a jury. But it's 39 degrees on my way into Erie, and supposed to get up to 51 today. So looks like the rest of the snow will melt. Sure, we'll get more. But 73 is everybody back to the net. KC2WLZ.
Thank you, Jeff, for being here. Let me go to the top of my list here. Tyler, Houston, Texas, W5TMB. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. To answer the question, I have been summoned a handful of times. Was able to get out of a few of them due to being in college. The one time I actually went to the court during a summons, I was not selected. I got away pretty early in the process. 73 is everyone, W5, TMB, back to net.
Okay, the noise is cleared up. Let's go to Ed in Helendale, Florida, AK6CF. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, one and all. And no, I have never served in a jury. I've been invited, but I was a police officer back then, and there's a little bit of a conflict of interest there. AK6CF, thank you.
Thank you, Ed. I can see where that would create a little bit of conflict there. Michael in Wyandotte, Michigan, KF8CQR. Good morning, Michael.
Morning, Mike. Morning, everyone on the net. Thanks for having me. It's my first time checking in here. I wanted to say good morning. No, I have never served on a jury. I've been called many times, but never made it as far as actually serving on a jury. I'll turn it back to the net. Hope everyone has a good day. KF8CQR. Very good.
Well, thank you for joining us, Michael. Next up is Cookie, KQ4SPR in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Good morning, Cookie.
Morning, everybody. No, I have not. I was called a times when I was in the military and in my little hometown in Georgia, and my dad went down and explained to him I was on active duty. Other than that, no, I haven't. Everybody have a great day. It's a pretty day in Hopkinsville. Blue sky, a little cold, but everybody have a great one.
Well, thank you for joining us, Cookie. Hope the weather holds up there and everything stays nice in Kentucky. In Collierville, Tennessee, N1WEB.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Vicki. Good morning to the net. You can put me down as a yes. I was summoned in Ohio for a forgery case, and that ended up being dismissed just before the jury was to convene, so I got out of that one. And down here in Tennessee, I was served on a week-long trial for a cocaine case. And, you know, it was a week long, and it's mostly very boring. But there were moments where it was very interesting. At the end, I was dismissed as an alternate just before the jury was to deliberate. And that made me kind of happy because, you know, I just, putting someone away for 40 years was just like, wow. Whatever it was, though, I got off of that one, but served N1 WEB back to that.
Thank you with us this morning, Webb. And you'd be happy to know that this year I'm going to enjoy Clifty Farm country ham from your home state. So you'll see if Clifty Farm can live up to its reputation this year. New stations wishing to join us, come now please, twice and slowly.
W1 CCX, 1 Texas Charlie X-ray.
2 CJM, W2 CJM, mobile.
W2 KJ.
KD2 YHZ in and out. KD2 YHZ in and out. Thanks.
Zero India, Romeo, Romeo.
Kilo Quebec 4. Kilo 4. Golf. Kilo Victor Tango Tango. Uniform KK4 VTT. Echo Link Mobile.
Okay, let's hold up for a moment. Let me acknowledge these stations. Get everybody lined up here in a row. KB2, Mary, good morning to you, dear. Thank you for stopping by and waving a hand. KQ4, UZG, Ken in Donaldsonville, Georgia, mobile. We'll be back to you shortly. KK4, VTT, Bruce, Kissimmee, Florida, SWLing mobile. WOIRR. Let me finish these out by call signs only. KD5ZPT, WB1DXN, KD2YHZ, in and out, thank you, Luca. W2KJV, W2CJM, W1CTCX, and NA2B. And let me pick up my mobiles. Nick in Danbury, Connecticut, W1TCX. Question of the day, guys, is have you ever served on a jury? And we're really looking for a yes and no. And we got a lot of people want to get on this morning, so let's not elaborate. Nick, go ahead.
What I have with
Well, Nick, you're not making it, so I'm going to have to put you down unanswered. And thank you for trying, though, buddy. And next time we'll have to catch you on a higher hill. Charles in Selden, New York, W2CJM.
Mike and the crew, thanks for doing a great job. The answer is yes, I have served on a grand jury. Very interesting. Thank you for doing everything. Have a great day.
Thank you, Charles. Let's move on down the list here to Ken in Donaldsonville, Georgia, KUZG.
Good morning, everyone. Pick once was not chosen to be on the jury. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you for joining this morning. Let's move on to Charlie and Bertie in Sun Center, Florida, Tampa Bay, NA2B. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, and everybody on the net from Bertie and I here in Tampa Bay. Pleasant morning, 68 degrees. Expected to get 70 today with a little rain this afternoon. Mike, response to the question, yes. I served on jury while I was in upstate New York. Since moving to Florida, I have not, and I'm old enough I'm exempt. Have a good day for what you do. Back to that.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Charlie. Moving on along to Tony, one of our system facilitators and the man that keeps YouTube operating, W2KJV. Good morning, Tony. W2KJV, did you go for a second cup of coffee there, Tony? Moving on along, Daryl in Ocady, South Carolina, WB1DXN. Good morning, Daryl.
Morning crew, and yes, am I getting okay this morning? Give me a comment.
I've got you, Daryl. Let me make sure I got your question. Did you say yes to the question?
I wanted to make sure I was getting in on my time, so sometimes an answer will give you a little bit of humor for the day. One check-in that he got stepped on, The guy came back with coach. But the answer to the question is many times during my working career, and not at all that I have plenty of time. But I have stories to tell, but that's not on today's menu. I guess it is Colonel, and just read the instructions. Be safe out there.
Thank you for joining us, Daryl. And yeah, we get in those longer questions when it's a slow day. Paul in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, way up north near Shreveport, I believe. KD5 ZPT.
Actually, no, we're in the middle of the state, but I was supposed to be in and out, but I have a moment while driving to respond, and the answer is no. 85 ZPT, clear?
Well, thank you, Daryl. Paul, I appreciate it, and no is a good answer. Yes would have been a good answer as well, but anything other than that was going to be a long, drawn-out mess. Ishmael, Oxford, Massachusetts, W0IRR.
Morning, controller. Good morning. Is a no. The answer is no.
Thank you, Ishmael. And this is K2CMT in DeBerry, Florida. Bruce, my problem child, out there on the road using SWLing this morning, KK4VTT. Have you ever served on a jury, Bruce?
Good morning to one. Good morning to all. Thank you guys for everything you do. I've been sequestered a few times, but due to my 10 years of law enforcement, I could not serve. I'm biased to the police. Sorry, I'm no good at that. Police officer wins every time I'm on the jury. You guys out there have a great day. Thanks for letting me have some fun. Kilo 4, Victor, Tango. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Bruce. Next up is Joe, Rocky Point, New York, KE2ENR.
Morning, Brew. Special good morning to my next door neighbors, Charles and Joel. Answer is no. I very gratefully was able to avoid serving jury duty the last time I was called.
Well, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate you being here. And before I get into more questions and answers, let me remind everyone that this Thursday at 8 p.m. in our Zoom room is our Elmer's Net. And you need to put together anybody out there who would like to either be an Elmer or have questions for an Elmer. Let them know that our meeting is at 8 p.m. in the Zoom room. And if you need to figure out how to get into the Zoom room, go to our website at reflector.com. You can find the Zoom room button on the website. Just look around. It's jumped right out at you. And come on in and join us. You don't have to have Zoom on your machine. It'll bring you straight in with your browser. And participate. It's a good place to learn and a good place to extend knowledge you've learned over the years to someone who's just getting started. You stations wishing to join the Morning Brew, come now please twice and slowly.
Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot Bravo Mike, KO4, FBM, in and out, good morning.
November Whiskey 4, Quebec, NW4Q.
Kilo Bravo, Kilo Juliet 5, India Whiskey Papa. KJ 5, India Whiskey Papa, in and out.
5 KE5 Bravo Sierra Romeo Mobile, KE5 BSR. Out. WB4 VW, Whiskey Papa 4 Victor Whiskey, in and out. Put me enough for an answer.
KC2 JPQ, KC2 JPQ, in and out.
3 Tango Golf November, Victor Echo 3 Tango Golf November, Jim 10 Canada.
Okay, let me acknowledge these stations. VE3 TGN, K2 ENF, KC2 JPQ, WP4 VW, KE5 BSR, KJ5 IWP, NW4Q, KO4 FBM, KC2 GRN, KQ4 PLX, and at the top of the list is KE2 ENR. I only have one mobile, and that's Mickey in Texas. KE5 BSR. Good morning, Mickey. KE5 BSR or something that sounds like that.
Yeah, this is KE5 BSR Mobile. Good morning. You must have missed the in and out. No worries. I was just going through the drive-through here. But, yeah, good morning to the net. And I think the question was about jury duty. And the answer is no. I've not had to serve when I've recorded for jury duty. Back to the net. Kilo Echo 5, Bravo Sierra Romeo Mobile.
Well, thank you, Mickey, for coming back to me, and enjoy your Egg McMuffin. I hope you have a great day out there. Let me go to the top of my list. Joseph, Rocky Point, New York, KE2 ENR.
I'm sorry, it looks like I already answered it. I managed to avoid getting out of jury duty last time, so no, I have not served. Shout out to my friend Charles and my friend Joel, and to Mary, who's above me.
So, Joel, my eyesight's not as good as it used to be. I'm old and decrepit. My ears are gone. So I appreciate you coming back to me and answering it a second time. We got you down for a no, buddy. Appreciate it. Next up is KQ William, new to the system from Rockmart, Georgia. Good morning. William, are you still there? Well, how about Joel in East Yaphank, New York, KC2 GRN?
Good morning, Mike and Vicki and everybody else on the Morning Brew, KC2 GRN. No, unfortunately, I've never actually served on a jury, been called many, many times in, but for whatever reason, was never actually chosen. Well, I was chosen one time, but then they popped me off because it turned out I knew the perpetrator. Anyway, everybody have a great day, and KC2 GRM back to net.
Thank you for being with us this morning, Joel. Next up is Jim from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, NW4Q. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Mike and everybody. I've only been called once, but I didn't have to serve. Y'all have a good season of the year. NW4Q.
Thank you, Jim. The same right back at you. Let's go to Eric in Rochester, New York, K2ENF. Eric, K2ENF, you still with me? How about our buddy Tim in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, VE3TGN?
Morning, everybody in the Brew there and that controller there. I've been asked or mailed several times to be on the jury, but I've never been picked, so the answer is no. Over.
Thank you, Tim. We got you down for a no. Up is Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, KM4CTB. Good morning, Donnie.
Hey, good morning, Mike and Vicky and everybody on the net. KM4CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach. Now, like somebody previously was in law enforcement most of my adult life, really, and they put you on a list and do not disturb, so to speak. Figuring you can't be objective. Been with you now for, 23 years, still haven't been summoned. So put me in, Coach. Thanks for doing the net, Mike. KM4CTB.
Thank you for joining us, Donnie. That's all for that list. Time for a new one. And 6 minutes left. Let's knock out a few more. Come now, please, twice and slowly.
This is KQ4 PTO Kilo Alpha 5 Papa India Mike in India 5 Papa India.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Charlie Lima Victor. Kilo Foxtrot 8 Charlie Lima Victor.
Let me acknowledge AF8 CLV, AI5 PI, KB3 VPK, and KQ4 PTO. If I missed anyone, come now, please.
November 2, Juliet, Bravo Mobile. November 2, Juliet, Oscar Bravo Mobile.
Bravo.
Echo 3, Tango Charlie Sierra Mobile. VC3 TCS Mobile. In and out, sir. Thank you.
Okay, hold up a moment. Let me acknowledge VE3CS. Thank you for waving a hand, Tim. I had a station with JOB in it. Would that station give me your full call twice and slowly, please?
Juliet Oscar Bravo. November 2, Juliet Oscar Bravo Mobile.
Thank you, Michael. Vicky beat me to it, and she figured you out before you got back to me. But that's good. Let me acknowledge W4MBM as well, Jay in North Virginia. Let me go to the top of my list here. Michael, Lexington, Kentucky, right near my hometown of Cynthiana. KQ4 PTO. KQ4 PTO, are you still with me, Michael? how about Mary? I know you're sticking around, baby. KB3VPK.
Yes, I am. KB3VPK. And I got a couple notices for jury duty, but my number was always high in the pool, so I never got called in, thank goodness. Merry Christmas to you and Vicky back there doing all that hard work. And everybody else on the brew. Back to you, Mike. 3VPK.
Thank you, Mary, and Merry Christmas, dear. Bob in Fort Worth, Texas, AI5PI. Good morning, Bob.
AI5PI. Good morning to you, Brew crew. I have never been picked and never served. Back to net control, AI5.
Jason in Grosse Isle, Michigan. You're up next, buddy. KF8CLV.
KF8CLV, good morning, everyone. I have never served and never been called. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. How about Jay in Norfolk, Virginia, W4MBM?
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, Scott, and everybody else on the group. No, never had a chance to serve. So got called but never served. Everybody have a terrific rest of their morning. 56 degrees here in Norfolk.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Jay. Michael, Center Reach, New York, N2JOB.
Yeah, I've been picked and I've been served, but never fully completed a case. So that's the situation. Back to you in net control, N2JOB.
Well, Mike, I'm sure it was no fault of your own that you didn't get to finish it out. It evidently settled out of court. Thank you for being with us. Thank you all for joining us this morning on the Morning Brew. On behalf of Scott, Vicky, and myself, this is Mike, K2CMT.